Warning, this video contains spoilers of what's to come in the next update for Baldi's Basics Plus. Well, let's talk about 0.4. 0.4 is the next update coming to Baldi's Basics Plus, and there have been many status updates along the way letting us know what's to come in the next update. So I'm going to go over all of these new features and share my thoughts and opinions on them. So without further ado, let's take a look at all the new stuff. Map improvements. Something a bit smaller but cool is that Mistman has made some tweaks to the map. Map tiles are now filled in with a matching transparent background color, making it easier to read. Doors and windows now have unique tiles on the map. Icons for things like items and notebooks now remain upright when viewed through the quick map, and additional icons have been added to elevators to show where they are and their current status. Mistman has tweaked the map colors to make more sense. Classrooms are now green, faculty rooms are now red, principals' offices are now yellow, and hallways are now white. Lastly, Mistman added a subtle background effect to certain rooms when viewing the advanced map, which makes it easier to identify them. Right now, all the rooms seem to be the same size, but that's because Mistman has barely started making the new pre-made rooms. Now, if you look on the top, you can see a blue smiley face, and we don't know what that is. It could be a secret room because Mistman said he will be adding extra rooms and stuff like that. So for now, it's just kind of a mystery. Here's another screenshot showing the map, except this time it's the quick map, and you can also see the elevator icon that Mistman mentioned. There's also a light blue room down at the bottom, which is just a field trip, and you can tell because it's the exact same size, and he's on floor 2. So what do I think about the new map? Well, I think it's cool. It's not super cool, I mean it's just a new map design, but I still think it's good. The only problem is that some newer players don't even know that there is a map. When Baldi tells you to check out the controls, some people either don't check out the controls, or they do, see the map button and forget it even exists. So maybe some sort of poster would be nice. So if you didn't know, in Baldi's Basics Plus version 0.4, all rooms will be pre-made. Mistman said that there's going to be all sorts and kinds of rooms, like rooms with unique gimmicks, rooms with furniture layouts, and more. Another reason he did this was to prevent potential soft locks like getting trapped behind a desk, stuff like that. And he even found a way to make custom hallways, which I hope doesn't happen. I really like the hallways we have now. But pre-made rooms, that sounds really cool. I like the fact that we're going to have rooms with, unique gimmicks and just furniture layouts. It sounds super cool, and I can't wait for the future of Baldi's Basics Plus. Okay, I know I said I was going to talk about the new character, but I just wanted to mention this. There's going to be a new change in how sound works. I don't really understand it. If you want to read it, I have the status update linked in the description. Okay, now are you ready for the new character? Well, it's Dr. Reflex. A lot of people theorized it would be Dr. Reflex, and they were correct. It is Dr. Reflex, a cheap doctor who employs a unique reflex testing method to diagnose students. Don't leave until the test is finished. Another thing I wanted to mention is that the Baldi poster looks a bit new. There's a bit more shading and stuff like that, which is also pretty cool. So now you're probably wondering, well, what does this character do? Dr. Reflex wanders around the school just like any other character. If he catches you, he'll force you to play a minigame, and once you're done that, he'll give you a few YTPs. And now while this is happening, if you fail, or take too long, or just walk away, which is something you can do, he'll get angry and head back to his clinic, which is a room that naturally spawns in any seat he's in. Once he's inside his room, he'll grab a hammer and go around the school and start looking for you. And once he does, he'll squish you with his hammer. When you are squished, you're limited to a few things. You can still answer math machines, open doors, etc. But you can't be able to do stuff like pick up items or pick up notebooks, etc. However, Dr. Reflex won't just squish the character, he will squish any character he comes across, including Baldi himself. When a character is squished, their interaction with you will be limited. So for example, Baldi won't be able to end the game, Principal thing won't be able to send you to detention, etc. Another thing about Dr. Reflex is that he's actually clay animated or stop motion, which is pretty cool. When 0.4 releases, his sprites will be animated, but for now, they're just plain static sprites. Another very important thing about Dr. Reflex is that you can view him from 8 different angles, just like First Prize and the test, like those characters. But this is a lot different, because unlike all the other characters who have this mechanic, he won't be able to see you if you are not in his periphery. If his sprite is looking at you, that means he'll be able to see you, but if his sprite is looking away from you, he won't be able to see you. which is actually really cool because none of the characters have that mechanic. They can just see you from any angle. And that's about it. In conclusion, I think 0.4 is a pretty good update. Not the best, but still a good update. I mean, we're getting a new character. The last time we got a new character was 3 years ago. I can't wait for all the new features we're getting in this update and all the new videos I can come up with and make around 0.4. If you enjoyed this video, then boop the like button. If you really enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, then consider subscribing. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.